the Gulf of Guinea down to the Vet region of South Africa, to the Himalayas regions of the world, and to the cool temperate regions of the world, mainly the Western countries. To the oceanic countries like the Australia, Papua New Guinea, New Caledonia, the Solomon Islands, and to the Amazon region of South America, to the steppes of Rochas and the Americas. I'm here to talk on certain vital and basic issues that I want us, all of us, to pay attention on. I'm talking about one, it borders on level of freedom and right. Issues of LGBTQ, issue of transgender, gay marriage, and others. I observe that most Western countries or developed countries are gradually legalizing gay marriage. So you now wonder, what is the important law in our various countries? Because law or legislations are made to protect the people, not to harm the people. For instance, issues of transgender that is legalized by most Western countries. And they call it is based on freedom and right. And we all know there is no absolute right and there is no absolute freedom, even in a well-lawful environment. If there is absolute right and absolute freedom, there will be law existing in any country. A place in which law exists means that there's no absolute freedom and there's no absolute right. Because law in itself dictates and controls our lives. Deviation from law attracts penalty. Yes, how would a normal physiological person, a normal physiological well-being, for instance, a man who want to change his sex to another sex, maybe because of certain benefits or certain social status he wants to attain. Such is prominent in Western countries because their laws promote such what I would call immorality. Yes, there's no way you compare artificial well-being with a natural well-being. Yes, and legislation should be made to protect the people, not to cause harm to the people. When a man removes his penile organ and replaces it with female organ, there is no way such person will be as healthy as compared to the natural person. Reason because, first of all, we want to use a lot of drugs, a lot of hormonal drugs and other drugs to make sure such trans individual stay alive and stay healthy. And the body physiological changes alone will weaken such individuals. Yes, if a man is not changing to a woman due to the surgical resection to change to a woman, removing the penile organ to change to a woman, and vice versa. There is no way you compare a surgical recession with natural endowment. Who caused this? To me, it's government of these nations. Because if there are legislations against such procedures, legislation against such procedures, individuals will not just come on stage and want to change their sexes. Yes. Also, issue of gay marriage. You see, marriage, the essence of marriage, although people try to paint it, is to have children. Yes. But that does not mean that all marriages procreate. Yes, all marriages do not procreate. But it does not rule out children, having children through their biological well-being. That is the essence of marriage. You need their biological products. Otherwise, individuals who will have loved to stay with their parents till the end of time, or with their siblings till the end of time. Yes, that is the purpose of marriage. Now, a lot of countries have passed into law, or is now law in so many countries, for gay marriages. Yes, I call such actions as social extremism and extremist practices lead to a lot of problems. You cannot, just take certain actions against societal values and norms, even against religious values. Such behavior, I describe it as a deviant behavior, a deviation from normal way of life. Yes, individual practicing gay, for instance, a man making love to a man through anal passages or through anal tissues. You see, the anal passages does not contain lubricant like the vagina. When you make love through anal pathways all the time, it could lead to anal prolapse, which do not unnecessarily bring emotions or wrong reasoning to be a right reasoning. No matter what you claim, that freedom, people should be allowed to do what they like. There is no way people are ever allowed in this world to do what they like, because there is always a law system in every country. Some people will have loved to travel to United States without procurement of visa. So people will have loved to do one or two things without government, preventing them. So you cannot always want to do what you like always. Some people maybe will have loved to go and carry crude oil and sell. Crude oil belong to the state. Because what some of these individuals that practice gay and LGBT, they claim that so far their action did not cause any harm to others. Who told you it did not cause any harm to others? What about one? Such behavior injure the mind and influence the mind negatively. Yes. What about your immediate environment, your immediate family? Do you think your immediate family wholly support your extremist ideology? No. And so for them to claim that, and the actions, so far the action did not bring any harm to others is vague. Yes, it's not true. Governments will make legislation, and some countries should not feel that they are so civilized as to embrace extremism. Any person that practices extremism is liable to what? To negative extreme effects, to doom. Yes, any behavior that is too much leads to a very bad condition. It's just like anything excess in the body. If sugar is too much in the body, it leads to a disease condition. Sugar is a normal chemical in the body that drives life processes. But if it is too much, it leads to a problem. So for people to claim that because of freedom and right, they want to embrace this Lgbt of a thing is completely morally wrong. And I thank and congratulate so many other countries that did not pass legislation in support of such deviant act. Yes, people with deviant behavioral tendencies are very, very well or dangerous. Yes, I imagine how could a normal human being, a male individual, make we love through anal passages? A man marrying a man, you don't call it marriage. Yes, don't confuse us. Marriage, when two things are compatible, there are things that will never be compatible. A man cannot marry a man. Yes, the name marriage should not be usurped or wrongly used to drive home their points. Yes, and a lot of persons, because of these actions, a lot of persons are already practicing it, even in so many countries that are against it. Yes, you see the negative effect of it, and because people are saying, oh, it does not, they should take any decision want to take or any action so far it did not affect people indirectly. Yes, it do affect people indirectly. Yes. Transgender. The surgical resection of transgender was purposely developed not for transgender, but to correct indeterminate cells. Cells that could not be determined whether it's a male or a female. That is hermaphrodism, hermaphrodites. Yes, hermaphrodite has both male and female characteristics. What I mean is that a hermaphrodite has both male organ and female organs. However, such being supposedly supposed to be a particular sex, either a male or female. So medical investigations are done to ascertain whether or not such being is supposed to be a female or male. Normally, we collect the buccal smear. We collect smear from the buccal cavity, then run it, test it, or we could use blood to determine sexes of individuals. So if the individual is supposed to be female and you now wrongly close female organ, such person will die. Yes, this was how this surgical technology was developed to correct hermaphrodism to a normal individual. Yes, once such test is done and it is found out that such person is supposed to be a male individual, the surgeon go ahead and close the female organ. And as such, once a female organ is closed, the individual starts secreting male hormone and start becoming a man. Yes, but this technology now has been abused. It's now used for transgender. How will you feel that an individual who was a male is now female, and the person comes out in public, maybe pretending to be happy? You don't know clinically what that person feels or what is going through. Yes, you could see the person well dressed, maybe very rich, but what the person is facing medically, even common cosmetic surgery, where you have to use immunological drugs to even protect such surgery. Some would like to make their nose pointed. Some want to maybe develop sucking lips. Some want to maybe reduce the wetness of their vagina, or some want to reduce their belly and all that. These are cosmetic surgery. Yes, cosmetics, a lot of people have adverse effects on these cosmetic surgical resections. Yes, it is done because government allows it. But to me, cosmetic surgery or plastic surgery should be directed to address pathological lesions, pathological diseases. That is, should be directed to address disease condition, not physiological condition, not normal conditions. Because you feel, oh, you don't have pointed nose, or your ear is like this, and you have the money, you just go for surgical resection to change it. You will now ask yourself, what is the function of government? Because government to me is meant to protect the people. Some people died because of the flexibility on all these legislations that will have protected the people. Yes, heart failure could ensue through the management of this type of surgical resections. Yes, and you know heart failure is an end-stage disease. So what I'm trying to say is that we should not practice extreme behavior. Such individual, I describe them as social extreme. Some will say, oh, uncivilized. What is civilization? Civilization is not just putting on clothes or naive about certain adverse effects or indices of their behavior. No, because of immediate gains, social gains, and all that, you go into such way of life, forgetting the negative or side effects of such actions. So, in total, I'm completely against gay marriage, transgender, bisexual, and all the LGBT stuff that the West are hammering on. And they should stop lecturing us about issue of freedom and rights. Because even in their country, there's no freedom, there's no absolute freedom. Law is even more tightened in their country. Anything that is free is not controlled by any individual or by any legislation. So there's no free world. This assertion by Western countries or some other country claiming free world is a negative assumption. Yes, you may deceive many. You cannot deceive some very few or people like me. Yes, and we even know that there are certain things that are even sacred to a particular government, especially Western countries. When revealed, anywhere that person are, a gunman with cheese and hit that person and make sure that person is brought to book, and you call it a free world. So there's no free world. There's no free world. So that is it. Well, I will have time to discuss more on this issue next time. Thank you very much for listening.